Hello and welcome to the Homeschool Oklahoma podcast. I'm Jonathan Bartlett, and today we are talking to Vicki Wilsterman, the head of Cantabo Children's Musical Theater. I recently caught up with her at a local coffee shop to talk about her program, what it's like, and how it impacts the homeschooling community. Vicki, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
So tell us a little bit, how did you all get started?
Classical Conversations obviously is a big academic community here in Tulsa, and one of the moms had a thought that kids that are homeschooling should have some opportunity with theater. Mm-hmm. And so they hobbled together a small group of kids about 12 years ago and put on The Music Man. And through circumstances that I wasn't planning on, I ended up being pulled in for one thing or another. And about 3 years in, the original lady who started the program had to move away with her husband, and she asked me to take it over, and the rest has sort of been history.
Wow. So 12 years you've been going.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So Music Man was your first show.
Yes.
What is it like doing a first show, like the first one ever?
Well, that was their first show. Mm-hmm. My first show was Peter Pan Jr., mm-hmm. and very intimidating. My kids had done dance and theater beforehand, so I had worked in dance and I had worked in theater. So that part of it, not so scary, but to take it on as your responsibility and mm-hmm. try to get all the pieces together. There's a lot of pieces to putting together a musical with children in particular. So a little intimidating, but super fun and so rewarding. So yeah, that's why we're still here 12 years later.
So what was the biggest surprise taking that on? What was the thing that surprised you the most?
I think the thing that continues to surprise me now and surprised me then was how you can take kids who are very shy and isolated in some ways. You know, if you don't do sports, what do you do, right? Mm-hmm. And so sometimes kids, they come, they're really shy, they barely speak, but that by the time it's over, a whole new person has emerged. And so that always surprises me. It happens every single year. There's some new kids that's going to try, we'll see what it's like, or their parents force them, you need to do something. And they just make friends and they come alive. So that's always the surprise for me. And how much, especially young kids, can learn in a short period of time. That's the other thing that surprises me.
So over 12 years, tell me some of the more interesting plays and musicals that you've done.
Well, I feel like we've done all of the G-rated ones. So Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. Of course, Disney is always really popular. Mm-hmm. One of our favorites we talked about has been Pirates of Penzance, which almost nobody knew what that was. Very fun show, lots of comedy.
I absolutely love that show. I've loved it since I was a kid.
Which surprises me because I had heard of it, but never had watched it, sat down and really looked at it. And so, of course, you watch every version you can before you decide you're going to do a show. And so...
Well, there's a VeggieTale version of Modern Major General. So,
yes, there is.
Yeah,
yes, there is. And all the kids a lot of the kids already knew that song, which is because it's very fast, it's hard to sing that quickly. So, yeah, that was super fun. We did Christmas Carol, which, for me, it's such a significant story of redemption. Love that story. So that was really a fun one to do. But if there's a G-rated musical out there, we've probably done it.
So is there a musical that had some surprising difficulties or things that you had to work through or anything like that?
I mean, every musical has some area that and a lot of times it's about who's coming out to audition for the show, and sometimes you have really strong actors and strong vocalists, and other times not so strong, and so it's always a juggle for things like that, and trying to figure out how to bring the best out in the actors that you have, even when they're maybe not at the top of their game. You're dealing with kids, their voices, even if they have good voices, they're still immature. They don't have that same sort of depth to them as you get with an adult. And so, and then of course, working with teenagers is always fun. That's a roller coaster. So
yes.
There's lots of tricky things involved.
Yeah, teenagers are a roller coaster.
They are.
In and of themselves.
Yes.
So what age ranges do you work with?
Our program covers from 6 to 18.
Okay.
So we do summer camps in the summer for 6 to 12-year-olds. That's kind of a particular segment we do just for summer camp. And then when we do a junior show, it's usually 6 to 12, 6 to 13, and then 13 to 18 for our senior shows. And every other year we combine a show. So we have the whole age group in one show.
So is that what's coming up?
That is what's coming up in the fall, combined show.
So what is the upcoming show?
I can't tell you. It's
can't
a
tell
big
me.
secret, but you could follow us on Instagram, which is c.c.musical.theater, or you could just search CCMT and it'll come up.
So what are you doing on Instagram?
Basically, I think we publish about 12 to 18 show posters, and every week we eliminate one until we're down to 3, and then we will make our announcement at our high school showcase in April.
What's the high school showcase?
Basically, this semester, the high school students have just been doing a choreography and vocal training where you're going to ask me what music it is, and I can't tell you. I think there's some things from Les Mis and a couple other shows. And so it's just a showcase of talent. So they
Gotcha.
sing and they do a little bit of choreography. It's more of a concert type of a thing.
Is that available for the public?
It is available for the public.
So
it
where is
happens
it?
at Destiny Church in Broken Arrow, and it is on April the 29th at 6 p.m.
Awesome. So is that like a 1 hour, 2 hour?
It's about an hour.
About an hour. Awesome. So that's when you're going to do the big reveal?
That's our big reveal.
Ooh.
Those tickets are only $5 a piece at the door. We just use it kind of as a fundraiser. We help the kids train a little bit more in their vocals, and so that's how we do that. Yep.
So you can't give us a hint?
It's a musical.
Ah, there you go.
There's your hint.
There you go. So what was what shows did you do this year?
We just, you always ask me and I blank. Let's see. We just did White Christmas. And then that was our senior show. We did that. We finished that right before Thanksgiving. And then we just did Susical Junior for our juniors. We just closed that show last weekend.
Who were the stars of the White Christmas?
4 of our seniors were the leads in that. You want me to give you their names?
Why don't we go first names?
Let's see. Okay, so Andrew, Bella, Clark, and Audrey. They were our 4. Actually, Audrey is just a junior. She'll be back this year, but the other 3 were seniors.
How long had they been in the program?
3 of the 3 seniors have been in the program probably all of their junior high and high school.
Oh, wow.
And then our junior Audrey, she was had been in the show a few years, and then she had an injury. So then she hadn't been with us for 2 years, I think. And I actually really liked her, so I called her up and said, would you come and audition? Just see if you like it, because she'd been out, and she came, and then she ended up with the lead, so that was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where do y'all practice?
We rehearse at Destiny Church.
Okay, that's awesome.
So anybody in Broken Arrow who knows Destiny Church, their auditorium is a small PAC. And so it's been a really great place for us to have the show. We can fit a lot of people in there. The stage is really big. We can bring in really large set pieces. And so we've been there the last 3 years. And so we like them. They like us. So far, so good.
Now, performing arts isn't just about the performers. Do you also have a tech crew?
We do. We have high school, basically the whole show, aside from the technical lighting, which is done by a person from the church because it's their lighting board, and the sound, which is done by 2 of our directors. Everything else backstage, including the backstage managers, run by the high school students.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many people does it take to pull that off?
Well, in Susical Junior that we just finished, we had 72 kids in that cast, which is a big cast. And I'm going to say we probably had about 12 interns back there, and they worked so hard, but they love it.
That's cool. So on tech, do you all make your own set pieces as well?
We do. We build. So my husband is sort of the lead set builder, and then, of course, we're a mostly volunteer organization, so we have moms and dads that come out every weekend and help us build and paint and craft and make costumes and do all the things.
So who designs that stuff?
Our director team designs the sets, and I'm the main costume designer, so mostly that's my job. I do that along with my daughter Katie, who is our choreographer. So it's become a family affair. It's myself, my husband, and 2 of our daughters are on the director team, and then sort of another adopted daughter of mine is the other director.
So if someone wanted to get involved, how would they get involved with CC Musical Theater?
The easiest way to get involved is to go to our website, which is ccmt-tulsa.com, and you can see everything we do there. Our calendar is there. If you want more information, obviously there's a button to push for that. And you can also sign up for tech crew or for auditioning, anything like that. Workshop. We usually do a workshop before we audition, so especially for new kids, if they don't know what to expect, kind of tells them what to expect. We teach them a little dance, we teach them a little song, and then they're ready for the audition. All of that information is available on the website.
Cool. So you said you have a summer program for the younger kids. That's
Yes.
6 to 12?
6 to 12-year-olds. And we will be announcing our summer camp. It's going to be, we usually do one in June, but this year, because of some circumstances, so it's going to be the middle of July. So we'll probably do 2 weeks back to back. And we're getting ready to put that information up on the website here in the next week or so.
Cool. So when is the auditions for the high school play?
The fall show, it will be
it's a combined one this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be combined. So I think our workshop is going to be second Saturday of August. And then auditions will be the next week. And then we will start practicing the third week because we have a short 12-week schedule and we got to get on it in order to finish before Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So August is go time.
August is go time.
Yeah. And you're still not going to tell me...
I know you're working really hard. I can't tell you. I'll have to kill you if I tell you, John.
So theater. So you've got different roles in theater. Is there a role for anyone, or is?
Yeah. So our program is unique in that if you come out on audition, you're going to be in the show.
Oh wow.
Yes. Very few times do we just have open calls for one or two people in the show to be cast. It's only happened a couple times. In the show coming up, we will have an open cast for a certain age group. But otherwise, if you come out, you have a role. And
Wow.
we're big believers that the ensemble is just as important as the leads. The show does not happen without them, and that is a great place to start. It's the most fun. You get to hang out with the most people and make the most friends in that role. So we encourage, don't just come out for a lead, come out for whatever part, and that's why we cast everybody who comes. Yeah.
How does theater impact students?
Well, there's so many things involved. First of all, I think theater is one of those good places where you learn to deal with disappointment, right? Because if we're doing Beauty and the Beast and every girl wants to be Belle, only one girl is going to be that. So it is a place to learn how to be disappointed and to move on. But it's also a place where you learn how to work really hard, how to cooperate with other people, how to get along, how to put yourself out beyond your normal boundaries, right? Really stretch yourself. Just the whole environment. When you're in a healthy theater environment, I think the benefits are wide and vast. I mean, we have literally seen kids transformed in this process. And the ones that love theater, they already have their mind on it. Other kids just come out because they like to sing and they like to dance, but mostly they just like to be in the collective, right? And so great opportunity for that, really. And we have enough adults around the perimeter, so it's an environment that growth can happen. And if conflict does happen, you have people there that can sort of help with that, because like we said, those teenagers, kind of a roller coaster. You never know from one day to the next how they're going to feel or what they're going to do. And so it's a plus. I don't know, like my kids have participated in theater. Obviously hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids have participated with us over the last decade or so. And honestly, I could not say to you, oh, this is the downside. There really isn't a downside.
Yeah.
It's all up.
So why don't you tell us your website again?
ccmt-tulsa.com.
Awesome.
And we also have Instagram, which is c.c.musical.theater. Or you could just search CCMT and it'll come up on Instagram. That's where you can find out what the show's going to be as we eliminate those show posters.
What are some that have been eliminated already?
Oh, you're going to ask me that, and I don't know because I'm not the person that does that. Let's see. What do they have up here? Oh, here's countdown right here. Let's see. A few of them up there are, I don't even know what these are. Oh, Oliver, Peter Pan, Honk, Newsies, The Music Man, and Dr. Dolittle.
Are those still in competition, or are those the
Those are still in competition with Godspell, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Boyfriend, Fiddler on the Roof, Matilda, and Cinderella. So there you go.
All right.
It's going to be one of those.
One of those. Going to keep me in suspense.
I am. I'm going to.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for meeting, and I'm looking forward to the show, whatever it might be.
And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be fun, and you will love it. So make sure you come out. And for anyone's listening to the podcast, we're always looking for new talent. So even if you're not talented, you should come out. Or if you don't think you're talented, because you probably are.
Yes. Find that new talent you didn't know you had.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
Thank you for listening to the Homeschool Oklahoma podcast. Homeschool Oklahoma is an organization dedicated to promoting, protecting, encouraging, and equipping homeschooling families across the state. Please sign up for our newsletter at hsok.org. If you would like to further help our cause of maintaining homeschooling freedoms in Oklahoma, we hope that you will consider joining with a paid membership as well. Thank you for listening.